They still gon' hate. No matter what I do. No matter what I do. They still...
Yep. Pooh, I just wanted you to see this because I could not believe what drove me in to this particular law and crime sidebar was that an inmate is accusing Diddy of rape. So I wanted us to take a look at it together because I didn't see it. So we're just gonna watch this and see what we can figure out what the hell is going on. Okay.
Okay.
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as this seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in. Every bit of it, every facet.
A man who's been in and out of prison since the 90s and is known in the Michigan criminal justice system for filing multiple lawsuits and appeals has a new target in his sights, Sean Diddy Combs. As the rapper faces legal attacks from all sides, what does this latest information mean for the disgraced rapper? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law & Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Today, we're going to introduce you to quite a character, Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith. He is an inmate at Ernest C. Brooks Correctional Facility out in Michigan. And this week, he was granted a temporary restraining order against rapper Sean Diddy Combs, who has been in the news quite a lot in the past few months. And Mr. Smith's reasoning is very, very interesting. Hey, I want to quickly thank Upside for sponsoring this episode of Sidebar.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stop right there for a minute. But what I want to understand is how is Diddy getting away all this time with doing the absolute most? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how is he getting away with all of this? And nobody until now has said any freaking thing about Diddy, his shenanigans, or none of that. So I'm just wondering, who did he make mad? What was it that pushed this to happen? You know everything that's going on with him. Okay, I understand that he did what he did to Cassie, he did what he did to Kim, and that there's a whole lot of shenanigans around that, and the people with what was it, Bad Boy Records and all of that. I understand all of that. I want to know why now. Okay.
Several sexual offenses. He's representing himself in this matter, and he appeared virtually in court on Wednesday.
This is in the matter of Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, MDOC number 267009 versus Sean Combs, Sean Puff Daddy Combs, also known as Sean P. Diddy, also known as Diddy, Bad Boy Records label owner, founder, also known as Puff P. Daddy, Bad Boy, Diddy Run the City, Sean Combs, also known as Sean Puffy Combs. And this is file number 24-7362NO. We'll grab your paperwork here real quick out of this other paperwork. We do have Mr. Cardello-Smith appearing from the Michigan Department of Corrections. Sir, where are you currently located?
I'm located at the Ernest C. Brooks Correctional Facility, 2500 South Sheridan Drive, Muskegon, Michigan, 49444, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
Or Your Honor.
Thank you. So I do see that we do have a proof of service on Mr. Combs, but for purposes of this hearing, you filed a motion for a temporary restraining order and or a preliminary injunction to stop all sales of the property and assets attached to or involved with said property based on the interest of plaintiff and plaintiff's connections to defendant's sexual assault of plaintiff Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith requiring.
I'm going to stop right there again. Okay. Here's what's taking place. Do you remember when they did the what is that when they went up in the raid, what we call a raid, up in those different mansions that was attached to Diddy? Well, he's selling the one out in Cali, okay, where a lot of stuff took place. And from what I'm hearing, when I did a backstory on this particular guy, he owes this dude some money that's attached to that house. So if he sells it, let's keep listening because it'll make sense if you knew the backstory. Okay. Let's keep going.
Bring a preliminary injunction and or a temporary restraining order. Do you wish to argue the motion today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed then.
Okay, the purpose of it is based on 2 actions taken by Mr. Combs himself, directly with me here. We did a live one-on-one visit in our prison visiting room. There's 2 meetings within the past 2 weeks with Mr. Combs on one meeting, and then a financial advisor on the other meeting on Mr. Combs' behalf. And he stated that he would make me an offer to end the case and what happened to me because of other things that he stated he has going on in his life that require his money.
Okay, we're ready to try to pass this by. But at any rate, we're going to let it play on out because as soon as they say I can skip. At any rate, let's keep it going.
And he made me a financial offer of $2.3 million to allow what happened to me to go away. And he stated that he's going to be selling his property. And under the 2005 California Civil Code 2881-2885, the creation of liens, which allows out-of-state justices and orders to cause a stop of any title transfer, property transfers in Los Angeles or any other place that he has property. He stated that he wouldn't be able to proceed with that sale. And he did it the day after I served him the suit. And he also said that he won't be filing an answer to the complaint. He said, you can find me in default or whatever. He has a better chance with default than he would with having a restraining order stop. And I said, so you want to hide you want to hide your money and stop from being quite possibly paid to me if I'm given the benefit of a judgment in my favor for what you've done to me. And he pretty much said, yeah. He goes, you know how we get down. And I said, okay, well, I disagree with how you get down. Your sale shouldn't go through.
So I'm gonna hold on.
I'm sorry.
Mr.
I'm sorry.
Cardello-Smith. Okay, so you went in a different direction than I thought you were going into. I thought we were just going to focus. No.
We are.
You kind of went off on a different direction than what your actual motion was.
Yes.
So what I just want to say is settlement negotiations.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
In this case, they're probably better not. Yeah, they're not to be placed on the record today. Okay.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. You're not an attorney. I understand that. So if we can just backtrack and focus just on your motion.
I get what you want.
Okay, thank you.
If he's allowed to sell his property that he has in LA and the properties that are in his name being used and held by other people in Michigan, then it will cause me harm because I can be tied directly to those properties through loans and through other areas of investment that I did when I was out there and while in prison through money that I've sent. And if he's allowed to go through with any of the sales, I won't be able to recoup any of my monies or anything from him as a result of any possible judgment in this action, if he's allowed to proceed with it. And an injunction or a restraining order would help ensure that he's not manipulating and selling the property to avoid his responsibility in these matters here. That's what a temporary restraining order would do. It would prevent that from happening. Because it's a very serious matter. It involves a lot of money. And him selling this would help him avoid his liability for these actions done upon me. And I was just hoping that I'd be able to get the restraining order to prevent that. There won't be any harm to him, any of the parties. There won't be any harm to him in any way. And if it's deemed that that's not justified, then he can go ahead and go through with the sale at the end of the case. But one has to be put in place to stop this from happening.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So thank you very much.
Yes.
So Cardello-Smith, who claims he met personally with Combs over the last few weeks, wants this injunction to prevent Combs from selling property. And why does this matter? Because you might remember that in July, as we reported, Combs had listed his home in the Homely Hills area of Los Angeles for $70 million. No word yet on whether there's any takers there, but that is the same home that Homeland Security agents raided back in the spring, reportedly in connection with a sex trafficking investigation by the Southern District of New York. Now, to be clear, no charges or arrests have come as a result of that, but we're continually following that developing story. Now, as Judge Anna Marie Anzalone stepped away from the bench for a moment to check on another piece of paperwork, Cardello-Smith kind of made chit-chat with an attorney who happened to be in the courtroom.
Okay, wait. See that dude right there at the bottom? I was wondering, I thought he was his lawyer, but apparently he's not. So, okay, it just gets wild because I don't know how this dude got away with all this stuff all this time, though. That's what I'm trying to figure out, man.
All right, I'm going to check one more of your filings. So I'm going to step off the bench for 2 seconds and I'll be right back. All right.
Yes, Judge Anzalone.
Thank you.
You with the defense?
No, sir. I'm having a hearing and they stopped the hearing so you could be heard.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're
Nice tie.
Thank you.
Mhm. Couldn't wear one. They don't give us ties.
Yeah, that's for that.
Right. Yeah, there is.
But they have clip-ons, you know.
Yeah. Clip-ons are the best, aren't they?
So I received your complaint and all the attachments to it. And then I received this motion. And I just wanted to take a moment to review back through the U.S. District Civil Docket and your.
Hold on. I'm gonna ask you a question. You think he got enough to get this restraining order?
I mean, I don't know. Shit, anything is possible now at this point.
You know what? Because what this just sounds so wild, though. But you know what? The thing about what I'm really hearing, just outside of the shenanigans, this is about rich people thinking they can do whatever they want to do to people that don't have as much money as them. Because, like, did you hear when he said, "You know how we get down"? Okay, so you telling me up front you don't care and you can get away with it. So that bothers me. You know, that type of thing bothers me. But we're gonna continue with the shenanigans.
Your complaint. So I did do that. That's all. And
Yes. Okay.
okay. Anything else?
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as this seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in. Every bit of it, every facet.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a proof of service showing that Mr. Combs was served on July 6th of 2000 and let me see, is that 24?
Yes, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the complaint that Cardello-Smith filed here that this temporary restraining order is in connection to.
Yeah, listen to
Now,
this.
Cardello-Smith claims that in 1997, he was a bartender at a restaurant in Detroit. He says he was invited to a gathering at the Holiday Inn where Combs would be partying. The complaint reads, quote, "Plaintiff was excited to attend this gathering and did so because this was Sean Puff Daddy Combs, Bad Boys. Plaintiff had
Sick of all the ads like this one? Just head to
like yours.
adskiller.com,
Like
click
yours.
on activate
Just
now,
like
add
yours. You should
AdSkiller
yours
to your
too,
browser.
bro.
participated in and consumed alcohol with Mr. Combs and the ladies and other security. Puffy was shockingly cool and someone who seemed like a really decent, normal guy. Cardello-Smith goes on to allege that he participated in group sex with several women and Combs, but said that when Combs showed an interest in him, he immediately got up and sat on a couch. By the way, a little side note here, these allegations are very similar to what has been alleged in several lawsuits that have been filed against Sean Combs since November of 2023. Recall, he's facing allegations of sex trafficking, rape, harassment, abuse, and so forth. But Cardello-Smith's complaint states, quote, "I then went to get another drink, and Sean asked me if I needed something else. I said no, and he said, here, drink this one. And I thought it was another glass of Jim Beam, so I took it because I had sat one down in the other room, and then I drank some more. And I stayed sitting there and began getting drowsy and started to pass
Oh my
out. And then
God.
Sean
Wait,
Combs said to me,
I gotta
I
stop.
added a little
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta stop because this sounds just like some of them stories I have been hearing about the Diddy parties. Now everything we say outside of what we watching is allegedly, y'all. We don't know because we have never been to a Diddy party, and I don't take parts in those kind of shenanigans. But everything that's coming out about him reeks of evil debauchery on a level that we would not even want to be around. I don't understand how they got away with this stuff for so long. You know what? That's just me just being stupid, I guess. But let's go back to the story.
something to it for you. I will get that from you anyway, one way or another. I then passed out. Cardello-Smith claims that when he woke up, Combs admitted he sexually assaulted him when he was unconscious. Cardello-Smith claims that he left. He never went back. He alleges he filed a police report, but couldn't talk about what happened to him. He says therapy in prison helped him realize that he was a victim of rape. And he goes on to claim that Combs paid off police to keep the whole thing quiet.
Believable.
Quote, the defendant paid Detroit and Monroe police officers to keep it hidden, and they hid it very, very well, and have kept it hidden for many decades, but not anymore. So in the complaint against Combs, Cardello-Smith is asking for $100 million. And then Cardello-Smith makes the claim during this hearing, and this is where it takes an even bigger turn, that Combs and or his associates came to the Michigan prison in person to offer him $23 million instead.
Just shut up.
So then Combs lists his Los Angeles property as being up for sale, and Cardello-Smith takes an issue with this because in his motion for the temporary restraining order, Cardello-Smith claims the property sale, transfer of title, or deed should not take place because it is being done so for the sole purpose of depriving this plaintiff of any monetary judgment that would be entered in favor of the plaintiff in the event this matter went to a jury trial. Now, the judge looked over this paperwork, heard his argument, and actually granted the injunction, the temporary restraining order, to stop Combs from selling property for a period of 90 days. You don't always see that. Non-attorneys winning legal motions, arguments. So that was a big deal. Then again, he kind of has a history of filing legal papers, so he might have learned how to do all this, but also wanted to have a default judgment entered against Combs because he claims that Combs didn't file an answer, which is a legal response, to the summons. And so the judge let him know about next steps.
So you're going to have to file the affidavit and request for a default, okay?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
And obviously you'll be able to file that before a pretrial date anyway, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, so the order was granted?
The order, your ex parte motion was granted, or your motion for a temporary restraining order was granted. I've signed it. And so we'll get that processed and back to you, and then you'll have to obviously serve that on the parties.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Can your order say any, Your Honor, can you add on your order any Michigan representatives of him acting on his behalf for Michigan properties as well as part of that order? Or does your order cover everything?
You provided the order, so I'm going off.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, so I'm going off the order you provided to me, and I've signed that order already.
That's what I needed. Thank you. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Cardello-Smith, and we'll make sure the writ's done, and we'll see you back in September. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless. All right.
Thank you.
So it seems at the very least, he's going to be able to present an argument of judgment, meaning he automatically should win this. But we will see if the court ultimately accepts it, and Cardello-Smith is going to be scheduled back in court in September. But I want to give you just a little bit more background here about him, because I think
Okay,
it's
let's
important.
go.
It puts it all in context. So Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, sometimes known as just Derrick Lee Smith, is very well known to the Michigan court system because over the last couple of decades, Smith has filed dozens of criminal appeals and civil complaints to the point that some officers of the court have allegedly called him, quote, a nuisance. For
Oh.
example, that includes a lawsuit that he filed against the Archdiocese of Detroit, Assumption Grotto Church and School, St. Jude Parish, St. Judge Rectory, St. Jude School, plus at least one priest and one Monsignor claiming he was sexually abused and was silenced when he tried to report what happened to him. Now, his court record indicates that in 1998, he was convicted of 2 counts of third-degree sexual conduct, and when he was paroled and while out, prosecutors say he committed more sexual offenses. He was convicted in 2008 on 6 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 2 counts of kidnapping. He pled no contest in that case. And then in 2019, he was convicted of 4 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Cardello-Smith has appealed all of those convictions over the years, contends that he was falsely accused of
We
rape
do need to hear
in
both sides.
1998, that he was set up by the police. Recently, Cardello-Smith has attempted to file multiple documents with the Michigan Court of Appeals, many of which have seemingly been rejected because they were filed incorrectly. And remember, Cardello-Smith is representing himself, so that wouldn't be surprising. Now, in a recent opinion, a judge for the Western District of Michigan wrote that Cardello-Smith has, quote, filed many, many habeas corpus petitions in this court and the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan. Each of his prior petitions has been denied, dismissed, or transferred to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals as second and or successive. Now, by the way, habeas corpus is a legal challenge to one's detention, saying it's unlawful. But that same judge wrote this opinion back in 2018, quote, petitioner has also filed a number of habeas petitions that related to prison conditions or misconduct determinations. Courts have dismissed those petitions because the issues raised were not cognizable on habeas review. Additionally, petitioner has filed a number of petitions relating to the denial of parole. Petitioner also filed one petition relating to a first-degree murder conviction and sentence. Petitioner reports he was sentenced for the offense on the same day as his 2008 convictions, but the court can find no record of that conviction or sentence. Finally, petitioner filed one petition that did not indicate what state action he was challenging or why he was challenging it. Bottom line, Cardello-Smith is certainly known for being litigious. Are these real claims that he's making, particularly against Sean Combs, or is he just jumping on the bandwagon of legal action against Sean Combs? We shall see. He won a temporary legal victory. We will see what happens next.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next. I mean, cause for me, man, I don't know. It's a lot going on with Sean Puppy Combs, and everything we hear is alleged until he is convicted. And until he is convicted, everything is alleged. But it's just a lot. What do you think? What do you think after watching all of this?
I mean, like you said, everything is alleged, but I just feel like I don't know, like I don't know. Like, I don't
It's
know.
this is above our pay grade. Because we don't deal. No, seriously, 'cause when you don't deal in these type of shenanigans, you are at a loss for fucking work. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to be more professional, but that didn't work. It throws me off. A lot of the stuff I hear, doing what the fuck news and reacting to these things and paying more attention to the shenanigans. I can't listen to your music now because of all the other stuff you have going on. That's what any of these new artists now. Cause like, look at what's going. They haven't stopped the shenanigans over there with what is this dude name from Canada? Drake. Yeah, him. He's still doing shiesty stuff after losing the battle of his life. Yes, I'm still playing Not Like Us. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And Meet the Grams. And yep, I'm still seriously, I still play them. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, that was us reacting to Sean Diddy Combs inmate accusing P. Diddy of rape get to win in court. And this was brought to you by what is the name of these people again? Law&Crime. Law&Crime, yeah. Well, yeah. So this has been this episode, and we'll see you next time. Pooh, we need them to follow you on TikTok. So give them your TikTok information so y'all can come follow us over there. Follow her on TikTok so we can go live over there. We can do the shenanigans over there. Give them your information, baby.
Yes, it is She Can Fleek. SHECANFLEEK. No underscores, no spaces, no nothing. Just SHECANFLEEK.
That's just it. That's all. That's all it is.
That's it. That's all.
That's all it is. That's it. That was us, and we will see y'all later. Y'all take it easy to Charlene from What the Fuck News, and we reacted to the shenanigans. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Do you wanna be in love with a real one? Or you just wanna cut? Fuck lay in the pipe, love me for life. Keep saying you will, but I feel like you won't.